So, hello everyone, a very warm welcome to all of you on our Ecoholics YouTube platform that is there to cater the needs of RBI Grade A, Grade B examinations aspirant. Now, in today's live session, we will be discussing about India's foreign exchange reserve, who is the guardian or who is the controller of this reserve, what is the latest data in regards to these reserves, and everything whatever is important in regards to foreign exchange reserve of our India. We will see each and everything, and you will get a comprehensive idea after this class about what is the importance of foreign exchange reserve, who regulate foreign exchange reserve, what are the different components, which component has the highest weightage, as well as the current status, what is the current status of the foreign exchange reserve. We will see each and everything, and once you will be done with this live session, there won't be any issues with you. Okay, you will be having every kind of knowledge that is required to deal with any such question arising out of the foreign exchange reserve. Okay, now just wait for a minute, let me present my screen to you people, and then we'll go ahead. Just wait for a minute, let me present my screen to you people, and then okay, now I think the screen must be visible to you guys now. Now, India's foreign exchange reserve crosses 695 billion mark in August 2025. So this was the thing that was in the news, and that is a huge mark. First of all, okay, foreign exchange reserve is something that we keep within our economy. RBI is the custodian of foreign exchange reserve, and we keep this thing in our economy to finance our our exports, whatever we import, to finance those kind of to finance our imports in foreign currencies. That was the reason. Then also to maintain the credibility or to maintain the confidence of international financial institutions, financial economy, to maintain their confidence as well as the India citizens' confidence in Indian economy. So multiple reasons are there why we have foreign exchange reserve with us. And in 1991, when the balance of payment crisis happened, that time we realized the importance of having a huge or having a sufficient amount of foreign exchange reserve. Okay, that time we realized that what is the importance of foreign exchange reserve when the 1991 crisis happened. So that is something we will see what everything was and what is the whole scenario. We will see that. Now, what are foreign exchange reserve? First of all, what are these? So it is an asset, foreign currency asset, held by central bank. So in whichever sovereign country you will be visiting, you will be seeing only the central bank of that country has the authority to maintain this foreign currency asset with them. First thing. Now, it expressed mainly in US dollars, the global standard currency, and now it is getting expressed. So whenever you will see now in current affairs that this is the amount of foreign exchange reserve we are having at this point of time. So whenever you will be seeing this data, you will realize that it always gets denominated in the form of US dollars. Okay, US dollars is a global standard currency, and if you see in a few of our, I think the live session that we had on Sunday, over there we discussed a term that Donald Trump presidency, or the person, the Donald Trump, is very much affected by the BRICS, or is irritated by the BRICS. And why? What is the reason behind it? I told you in that discussion, in that live session, that BRICS is trying to propose another kind of standard currency for their business purposes. As of now, if you see from this statement as well, you can have an idea that US dollar is something that we consider as a global standard currency. But in a BRICS summit, in a BRICS country, whenever they meet, they are trying to propose a new currency. It might be the new currency of BRICS. it might be the currency of one of the members nations. ठीक है? So BRICS is proposing to have a different standard currency for their own operations for these major economies, that is China, South Africa, India, Russia. No, these are the major economy, and if they will be proposing some other standard currency, then it is going to hamper the domination of US dollars on financial or global financial system a lot. And that is the reason that Donald Trump, and not only the Donald Trump, the US government on a whole is very much irritated with this plan of BRICS. Okay, BRICS was earlier as well, but this kind of proposals that is coming out of the BRICS summit is something that is getting irritating, that is irritating the US government, because US dollar at this point of time is something we call it a global standard currency. So denomination, so whenever you see, whenever you will be reading the data around the foreign exchange reserve, you will realize that it is getting expressed in US dollars only. And because US dollar is something at this point of time, we consider it as a global standard currency. Global fact. Now, China holds the largest foreign reserve worldwide. And India's context, the RBI is the custodian of India's foreign exchange reserve. So, RBI Act 1934 mandates the Reserve Bank of India to be a custodian of Indian foreign exchange reserve. Okay? Now, what are the different components? So if I would say I am maintaining a grocery in my home, just I'm giving you a vague example to let you understand what does that mean. Okay? What are the different components? So if I am saying that I am maintaining a foreign a grocery in my house, then it doesn't mean that I will be keeping all of my grocery in a single item. I will just be keeping wheat with me. No, I will be keeping some wheat, some rice, some millets, some you can say some different food items. So this makes a whole grocery kind of stuff. Okay? So on the same note, foreign exchange reserve also have a different components. And what are these different components? The first and the foremost component is foreign currency asset. Obviously, the different currencies we have. Now we keep currencies like US dollars, euro, pound sterling, that is UK's currency, Australian dollar, and Japanese yen. So these are the currency that we keep in a currency form only in our foreign exchange reserves. Then largest contributor to India's foreign reserve. So foreign currency asset is the largest contributor of India's foreign exchange reserve. Okay, gold. Gold is the second largest component after the foreign currency asset. So if you will talk about a whole foreign exchange reserve that we are having at this point of time, the highest weightage goes with the foreign currency asset. Then the second highest weightage goes with the gold. Then special drawing rights, reserve asset allocated by the IMF. Now see, special drawing rights, from the name itself you can have an idea that these are the rights that these are the rights that each member of IMF has with them. Okay? Now, what is a special drawing rights? First of all, it is a foreign currency asset. Okay? It's not a currency, neither it's a currency. It's just an asset. And how this foreign asset that IMF is keeping with them got evaluated. So the valuation of the foreign currency asset or foreign asset that IMF is keeping with them got valuated in basically five currencies. That is the Japanese currency, then we have the UK's currency, then US dollars, and then we have one more, the Japanese, and then UK's, then US's dollars, and then the two other things are also there. Okay? So these five, and Chinese currency as well. Okay? Chinese currency as well. So these five currencies get utilized. It's a basket of five currency. It's not a currency, first of all. Okay? It's a foreign asset that IMF keeps with them, and the member states have the rights. They can exchange the amount of money as per their rights, or the whatever percentage of rights they are having with the IMF. They can exchange the money required by them in context of other monies, okay, in context of other currency as per their requirement. But yes, the overall limit is going to be there, and that is going to be the special drawing rights that country must be having with the IMF. So this is also a reserve asset that IMF keeps with them, that IMF keep the reserve assets. As we have reserve asset in our country, IMF also keep reserve assets. It get valuated in five currencies, I told you. ठीक है, and the member currency can exchange the amount of currency required by them, ठीक है, with the in exchange obviously, if India want to exchange something with IMF, India will be giving, for example, India wants UK dollar, ठीक है, sorry, UK pound, so India will be giving some amount of equivalent US dollars, and then they will be giving you the UK pound, ठीक है. This is how this whole special drawing facilities works. The reserve tranche position, India's reserve capital with IMF, so we keep some capital with IMF as well, that is the reserve tranche position. So these are the four components of India's foreign exchange reserve. The highest weightage goes with foreign currency asset, and we keep currencies like US dollars, euro, pound sterling of UK, Australian dollar, and Japanese yen. Then we have the second largest contributor of foreign exchange reserve, that is gold. Then we have SDR, or you can say the IMF. There is some reserve assets that IMF is keeping with them, okay? And we can exchange those assets by contributing something from our end, okay? It's an exchange, okay? Give and take exchange with IMF and the member country. That is a special drawing rights. Then we have reserve tranche position. This is India's reserve capital that India is keeping with IMF, okay? Then what is the role of foreign exchange reserve, okay? We know that RBI is the custodian, first of all, ठीक है. We saw that RBI is a custodian. We saw how it is got denominated, ठीक है. US dollar is something that is getting utilized to denominate the total foreign exchange reserve. Then in India, for every country, central bank is the custodian. In India, we have RBI. Then we saw what are the different components of the foreign exchange reserve. But now let's see what is the role of the foreign exchange reserve, why we are talking so much about it, why it always be in news. If anything goes here and there in context of foreign exchange reserve, it becomes a topic of talk. What is the issue? So first of all, it act as an economic buffer. It it act as a safeguard during global or domestic financial shocks, supporting currency stability and sustaining investors confidence. First of all, just take an example. We are receiving FDIs. Okay, we are receiving FDIs. We receive FDI from US, from UK, from all other countries. Okay. Now, all these countries, if you see the US dollar is something, just let me consider a single currency, that is US dollars. Now, US dollar at this point of time is a global standard currency. Okay. Now, it act as an economic buffer. If in the future something happens that the availability of US dollars got squeezed in financial market, in global financial market, then this US dollars that you are keeping with yourself in a foreign exchange reserve will act as a cushion, will act as a buffer. You will be extracting US dollars from your exchange reserve, and then you can utilize it. First thing. Then if a US foreign direct investor has invested some amount of money in your country, okay, now obviously when they will be drawing that they will be drawing that particular amount of investment, what they have investment in your country, so you will be giving it back in US dollars only. So if any foreign direct investor thinks that there is a chances that we will invest in this country, but this country will not be having enough amount of US dollars with them so that they can return us, so obviously it is going to impact the, you can say, the overall image of the country, okay? So this act as an economic buffer. It act as a safeguard during global or domestic financial shocks, supporting currency stability and sustaining investors' confidence. Trade balance support. It provides resources to address stress deficit when import bill surpasses export earning. Obviously, how you will be getting US dollars with them? With us, we export, and then in return we get US dollars, because that is a global standard currency. Whatever the import export is happening because of US dollars only. Okay? So we get US dollars when we export, and when we give US dollars when we import. Okay? So whenever the trade deficit happens, it means we are importing more and exporting less. It means we are receiving, for example, we are receiving 100 US dollars. Okay? We are getting in export, we are exporting something, in return we are getting 100 US dollars, but we are giving back 150 US dollars because we are importing as well. So if you see, there's a deficit of 50 US dollars. So this kind of trade deficit gets supported by the foreign exchange. Okay? Now, monetary policy tools. Now, it enables central bank to influence exchange rate, control inflationary pressure, and strengthen monetary policy implementation. Now see, let's take an example that in an economy, now Indian rupee is getting deteriorated. One example, earlier one US dollar was worth 90 rupees. Now it is worth 100 rupees. It means the Indian rupees, there is a depreciation in the value of Indian rupee. Now, obviously, to maintain this depreciation or to appreciate Indian rupee, Indian government will do, what RBI will do, they will extract some US dollars from their exchange reserves, and then they will sell it in a foreign exchange market of India. And how it will work? So they will extract some US dollars from their exchange reserve, they will sell it in the exchange market. So the availability of US dollars will be there, and and obviously when the supply is going to be on a higher side, demand will reduce, and when the demand of US dollars will reduce or will get compensated with the extra US dollars that is getting provided by the RBI, the rupee will appreciate. Okay, this is how it also act as a monetary policy tool. It helps us in debt servicing and external commitments. Obviously, whenever you, now see, ADB gives loan to India. You must have seen the World Bank also gives some kind of loans to Indian government. Okay, so how you will be servicing that debt? How you will be providing the interest? How you will be repaying them the principal in US dollars only? Exchange rate stabilization. So the same thing that I said, used to reduce the excessive volatility in the currency market, thereby sustaining the competitiveness of the exports. Crisis liquidity. Now, it guarantees availability of funds to finance import, external payments, and contingency during the balance of payment crisis. For example, trade deficit is huge. You are just getting 10 US dollars and you are importing worth of 100 US dollars. Now, there's a huge trade deficit. There is a crunch in the availability of US dollars in the financial global market. Now, what you will do? How you will get the US dollars? Obviously, to finance your imports, you will be getting money from your foreign exchange reserves. Okay? For any kind of external payment, for debt servicing, whatever the debt you have taken from various multilateral organizations or any other sovereign country, you will be required to service their debt as well. You will be required to keep up your commitment, external commitment. So you will be fulfilling those things while extracting money from your foreign exchange reserves. Okay? So these are the basic rules of the foreign reserves in economic stability. Okay? It provides economic buffer, it provides trade balance support, it provides monetary policy tools, it acts as a debt servicing tool and external commitment. It helps you to stabilize the exchange rate, and it also helps you to manage the crisis liquidity. Okay? Then India's foreign exchange reserve. Now, this is the main thing that we are here. What is the August month update? So, if you see, India's foreign exchange reserve rose by 1.5 billion US dollars, reaching 695.1 billion in the week ending 15th of August 2025, as per the RBI data. Now, we have different components. We have seen that. Okay? So, let's see what is the weightage of different components. So the largest component of reserve, that is foreign currency asset, I have already told you as of now. So it contribute 585.9 billion. So now see, out of, just wait for a minute. Yes, out of 695.1 billion dollar, okay, 585.9 billion is what is foreign currency assets only. So that has the highest weightage. Then gold reserve, gold reserve declined, amounting to 85.6 billion. Then we have special drawing facility with IMF, rose by 41 million, taking total to 18.78 billion. Reserve tranche position, that the amount of capital we keep with IMF, improved to 4.75 billion. So if you see from here as well, now you don't need to remember all these different components weightage and the amount they are holding in the foreign exchange reserve. But the only thing that is required, that you must be remembering, okay, that is something, what is the weightages, or what is the importance of different components of different components in the foreign exchange reserve. Okay? So you must be remembering that foreign currency asset holds the highest weightage, that is the gold, that is the special drawing facility, and at last it is a reserve tranche position that we have with IMF. Okay? The only important data over here is, this is the recent, foreign exchange reserve we are having at this point of time, and what is the, you can say, the appreciation we have seen. ठीक है. Now this statement is extremely important. Now post 1991 crisis recommendation following in 1991 economic crisis, the C Rangarajan and Y.V. Reddy committee, government of India established a committee after the aftermath or the after situation of this crisis, and they recommended that the government should maintain, or the RBI should maintain, foreign exchange reserve sufficient to cover 12 months of import. It means if you're not having any amount of, if you're not getting any US dollars from anywhere, you should be having that much amount of US dollars with you so that you can sustain 12 months of your import. Okay, this is extremely important, and do remember the name of this committee: C Rangarajan and YB Reddy committee. Now, this is it for today's discussion, and I hope that you must have got each and everything about the foreign exchange reserve and the why we keep foreign exchange reserve, what is the function of foreign exchange reserve, who is the custodian, ठीक है, and what is the current data of India's foreign exchange reserve. Now if you want to download this data, you can download this data for free of cost just by downloading our app from Google's Play Store. Over there you will get the app of Ecoholics. You can download it and you can get all these data for free of cost. Now if you have any kind of queries in regards to this data or any paid data that we provide on our platform or the courses that we provide on our platform for your betterment, you can reach out at this number. And our professional academic counselor will quench each and every query of yours as soon as possible and appropriately. Now, please do subscribe to our YouTube channel. We keep coming with these kind of interesting live sessions tomorrow as well, and in the upcoming days of these weeks as well, we will be coming up with these live sessions. So do subscribe to our channel and turn on the notification bell so that you can get a notification whenever we go live with such session. Till then, have a great day ahead.